It could drop from here totally, which is a good trade. But if it's a 1, 2, 3, which is possible, it can, repeat this move and still go back up. So there's at least one drop here, and then I'll put it to positive. And like I said, I'll be in the webinar, so I'm positive. I'm now positive. I was upside down 1 pip. I'm positive now. I'll see if it breaks the low and if it goes. If it breaks the low and go, I'll stay with it. And if it likes, if it just stays where it is and not breaking this low here, then I'll probably on the 5 minutes. So if it's not breaking this low, then I'll just get rid of it. I still think it's going to go but it might consolidate some more here. We're live, right? Okay. Good afternoon, traders. Welcome to our trading room. I just see Victor told me we're live on YouTube. So hope you guys can hear me and hope you can see my screen. My computer is stalled for some reason. Okay, Vic, can you guys still hear me and see me? Okay, everything was stalled out for a while. Okay, I think it's back to normal. Yeah, let's go. So we will start. I'm in this trade here from this point. I think this was a nice flag. We will see if this goes. If, like I said, I'm in the webinar, so I probably wouldn't be looking at this very much. If it doesn't go in this candle, if this candle here doesn't break the low, I'll take it off and put an entry under the low. That's what we normally do, right? If it is there for too long and it's not moving, then you get rid of the trade, you put the entry low. Right now it's going. It's already 3 candles only in the 15 minute. The 1 hour is just a single candle, see? So it's still good. I'll just be watching at the end of this, maybe 15 minutes candle. If it doesn't break out, then the next hour is not breaking the low. If I was in the room still, it still looks good. So if I was trading like more actively, not focus on the webinar, I'll probably give it about 3 more candles, 2 more candles, right? Because I can click it out anytime. So if you take this trade, the stop loss should move to this point now. You had the stop loss here, move it to this point. Because if I'm going to be buying this, that is where I'll put the buy entry. We just broke this low here, but I needed to break this low to show that there's momentum going. Okay, talking about that, let's go through the trades we were looking at. And if you guys have if anybody's in any trade, just tell me what trades you're in. By the way, if you're on YouTube and you're watching us and you're trading and you're in a trade or you're upside down or whatever in a trade and you need me to take a look at the trade you are, or you're looking at a trade setup you want me to do it, post it in the chat. Vic will pass it over to me and I will see if I can help you with that. That is if you need my help, of course, right? That said, let's go. Dollar index. Dollar index broke out, like we said, breakout of this. The entry order was under this low. If you got tagged here and pull back and drop and you're in this one, if you closed it here and you put an entry order under this, I'm okay with that. Because this is the consolidation, right? We'll take this as the flag and downside. So the same thing here. This candle needs, you tagged one, you let it go, give it a few more candles. Even this hour, it's not breaking the low going, get rid of the trade, right? Because it can still go back up, right? This can still go back up. But you're assuming that it's going to drop, and we do have a lot for it to drop, right? So that is all we expected to go. It went up very nice. This is coming down. This is a very small flag, which means it can drop. So the hope is that in this session, it actually goes. We're in an active sell, so I'll leave that there. Silver, you had a flag. You're waiting for another flag. This is another flag here for you. Perfect sell setup. It's a running flat. We did break the low, so I'll go with a running flat. Now, here's the thing. Can this, because it break the low, go back up? Maybe. If it goes back up, it wouldn't tag you, right? So you can put the entry order here. If it's going back up, you will need it to go higher. You will need this to go higher. You need it to make a flag, and then you can buy. But if it drops like this, you want the trade, right? So good trade. Why not? Can dollar index go down and silver go down? Why not? Absolutely. One wouldn't affect the other. Maybe silver stays in this consolidation while the dollar index fall. Maybe silver goes up some more. It doesn't matter. We have a sell setup. We go with the sell setup for now. So this is an active sell setup, right? We'll put this as a sell. We didn't get this morning, right? I said where we were. I think we were here this morning. We were coming out like, if you get any flag, you can sell it. If any one of you sold this flag or this flag, good for you. I hope you closed it because remember this one yesterday, right? You should close it. Gold is going down, but it's going down very slow. It's not going down as fast as we would like it to go. Flat, 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 and now these are small flags. These are not even flats. These are more like a channel, right? Or running flats. I don't know if they're making channels or running flat. Both have the same structure and they look alike. So this is either an expanding ending diagonal or it's some kind of a weird running flat for downside. Here's what you can do. You can come back on the 15 minutes here And if it makes another flag like this, sell it. You see, every time you get a flag like that and you sell it, it drops, right? So if you take what they're doing like this and said, well, every time it goes back to the top and you get a flag like this, you sell it, comes here. You get a flag, you sell it, comes back to the bottom, right? In any case, if you get a flag and you sell it, it just goes a little lower and don't go anymore. You can close that trade really quick, right? So we're looking for sell setups. We don't have the setups as yet. Euro, remember what I said this morning here. If you were watching us now but you didn't look at the webinar this morning, go look at that webinar. That's kind of an educational webinar because I took a very long time explaining the euro and what we will do and how we'll do it, right? So like I said, we had this squeeze at the bottom here, but patterns like these could be running flats, which means it could come here and then drop. And in that case, you should have an entry order here. And I explained, that entry order is very, very safe. In that if it's not a running flat, it's not going to tag you. What is going to happen if they're going up is they'll probably make a flag here. So there was a pullback, but then they went up and they make a flag. And if you took that trade, again, you're there for how many candles now? We're in the 15 minutes, but you're there for 1, 2, 3, 4 candles. It's not going anywhere. And if it's not going, it's likely not going to go. It might give you a pullback like this and then go. You can close the trade now, put the entry order above the top. If it turns and go, you're in the trade. If it comes here, the trade is still valid. If it comes lower, wait for a flag and sell. Can this still be a running or expanding flat? Still possible, even though you have a flag in here, right? So it's right now, if you're in that trade, you should close the trade. You're going to take 2 or 3 pips loss. That's not a big deal, right? And then you put an entry order above the top. Now, if you want to wait for break even, this candle here might pull back and give you break even. Close it for break even, put an entry above the top. You don't want to wait too long in the trade if it's not going. This was the consolidation. If you had a disbalance that is huge enough, this would have taken off. When they're consolidating, it means that the balance, there isn't a great disbalance, and that means you can end up with more sell orders coming in. Now, I don't think they're going to drop, right? I don't see them dropping. So what I think is going to happen is that you might get a pullback like this for a possible running flat. So that entry for a running flat is still valid. The stop for the running flat will come here. What if it drops lower? Well, any flag between here and here, any flag you get becomes a sell. You don't want to see a flag. If it's going to go up, it just comes here and then turn and go right back up. Right? You see when they're going down, they come here, they go there, and then they drop. Right? You're not waiting. If it makes a flag here, that's a buy setup. If it makes a flag here, that's a buy setup. If it makes a flag here, that's a buy setup. So if it makes a flag here, that's a sell setup. Otherwise, it's going to go straight back up. You don't want it to come too low as well. You just want it to come as much as like this, for example. If we're doing this, let him come this much and then go back up. That's it. That's simple, right? If it's not going back up, wait for a flag sell. So again, we are both sides. But now we have a buy entry. So we'll take out the sell entry that we had this morning. And now we have a buy entry. So both sides, but with a buy entry. This morning we had it with a sell entry that didn't trigger. Go to the pound. Same thing with the pound here. If this had dropped, you would take the trade. And like I said, maybe it wouldn't drop. So it's going to go up. We didn't really get a flag here. I'm in the 15. I don't see any flag. We got a few pullback, but no flag. So take this off. No trade. That's more of a pullback than a flag. It keeps pulling back here. See, there's a pullback here. There's a pullback here. You're getting another pullback. That's not a trade setup. Here's what we're going to look for. Remember, we didn't break that top. So I'm going to make an assumption that they're making a running flat here. Right? That's the assumption I'm going to go because we never broke the top. So this becomes more like a consolidation in here. So you get a move drop, you get a deep pullback, you get a pullback, you get a pullback. This could be a running flat. You drop here and you do this. So where is the trade? So we'll put a sell setup under the low. Again, if it's not a running flat, it's not going to tag you. The stop for that trade should be above the top here. Right? This is how we would trade the running flat. And you want it to drop. Let me repeat that. You want it to drop. You don't want it to come down like this. If it's coming down like this, take this trade off because it's probably going to do this and go back up. This will become a bigger correction for downside. If it stops here and start to consolidate at the top here, well, you take this trade off and you put the entry order there. But right now, the setup is a sell. So I would leave this as a sell setup. Aussie. Aussie didn't go anywhere, and we were at the bottom, and I said, you're not selling the Aussie at the bottom here. Nothing happened. It's consolidating. But here's the thing. If it consolidates here, you want to sell. The problem is we broke the low. Every time you break that low, it's another consolidation you're looking for. We're not selling the Aussie at the bottom here unless we get a really good sell setup. So it's not, we don't have any buy setup. I do think it's going to drop some more. I can see this probably doing this. I can even see them probably doing this for a while. I'm not selling that. Because if you do that at any given point, this is going to do this, right? The bigger picture in Aussie is still upside, and that has not changed. This flat didn't change it. This flat, none of these flats are showing us downside. They're all showing us upside. So Aussie, I probably will be looking for a buy setup. Now I'll be looking for a buy setup. This morning we didn't put anything because we wanted to see if we were going to have a big consolidation here or if it's going to drop more. It's not dropping. That's a good sign. So I'm looking for a buy setup. What do I want on the buy setup? Well, if this is the low, I want it to go up some more, make a flag here, and then that would be a good trade, right? If it goes up, make a flag, we're buying. If it takes off like a rocket, come here and make a flag here, I'll buy that. Any up move with a flag is a buy setup. If it stays in here and consolidate, well, we'll consider if we want to sell it. I'm not sure we want to sell, but we'll consider that when we come. New Zealand. This is a sell, and New Zealand had a sell set up. Put an entry under the low. But remember this morning, we only had this one going up, and I said you can put it if it's a running flat, it will drop, but most likely it's going to consolidate. Right? Most likely it's going to consolidate. We're getting a consolidation. It's actually a very good consolidation. So entry order for the sell. You can use this as a stop, but if this gets much bigger, we'll move the entry order up and we'll use this as a stop. Right? So I wouldn't be surprised if they actually consolidate much more up. Right? I don't think it's ready for a drop, something like this, and then drop. So I don't see it. Put the entry order, but I don't see it actually going now. I think there's a very good chance, especially if the New York session is closed and there isn't anything happening, it will just stay right within that range there until tomorrow. And if you're trading the Asian session, you can get a very nice trade to the downside. Well, we will see where this takes us, right? Remember, this broke. This is just coming down as a correction. So you have to be cautioned on the correction side, right? It's not an impulse, big impulse to the downside. It could be a very short impulse. Just break the low, go a couple pips, start to come back up, close the trade, you look for an entry, right? Let's go. CAD. Like I said, CAD was a sell setup. We had an entry under this. I took off that one. It made a flag. You put it under the flag. This trade here now. So I should have closed the trade. But again, like I said, that is my problem. When I focus on the webinar, my trading computers is another one. So I don't get to look at it. So I'm a little upside down again on that trade, which means I should have closed it here when it didn't break the low. That is what I would normally do. No need to panic. I have a stop loss above here. And it's not, the stop loss was calculated here initially. This was my initial stop loss. So it's here now. If it breaks, no problem. Not the end of the day for me, right? So if it comes back here and I see it, I'll close it, right? So I do think it's still downside. I don't think it's going to take off. This, by coming back to the bottom, there's a good chance it could go now. Let's see if it goes. But if you were in the trade, you should close the trade and now put your entry order here. So if this goes up, you can look for a buy setup here, or you can wait for a flag to buy. See, it's pretty simple. These trade management rules will get you out of headache. They will get you out of a lot of headache, because most times you stick with the trade, you don't know what to do, and then you get a sudden move. One candle just do this, and your stop loss is here, and you're close to the stop loss now, and panic comes in, right? Because your thought process goes like this, and I've heard this from a lot of traders, not one or two, a lot of traders. It did that, and they go and they look at the chart, they look at this and said, oh, it's not even crossing over, we'll get divergence. Or you know what it's going to do? It will do what it's normally do. It will break the top and drop. So why take a loss here? Now they're here, and the stop loss is here, and they're thinking, why should I take a loss here, right? And then all it's going to do is break the top and drop. So what do? Although they had a stop loss that was a calculated risk, guess what you do? You take this out. Why? Because in your head, it's going to just break the top and come back. I mean, come on. It's at the top. You're looking at this. You do all your analysis. You do all your thing. And every time they break the top, they come back. Look at this one. This one was huge. They break the top. Look how they drop back. And you're thinking, well, if I had a sell here, that would have given me break even, right? Perfect. In theory, that's great. That looks so nice. So you're like, okay, good. Take out the stop loss. Let's go. And then it does this. It makes a little pullback and then it goes there. So now you're upside down, right? On the trade, remember you entered the trade here. Now you're this much upside down. And it starts to come down. It drops and it starts to consolidate. And you're like, okay, great. Now it's going to go, right? And then it does this. And before you realize what's happening, there's another impulse. So now you're upside down this much. Well, if you're not willing to take this loss, which is 3 pips, if you're not willing to take this loss, which is, I don't know how much pips, it doesn't matter, 1% of your account, why would you take this loss, which is now 3% of your account? If you didn't want to accept 1% loss, why would you accept 3% loss? So, and the thought process is in your head now is, okay, well, now that it has moved that much, it has to pull back. And here's the thing, you're right. You're absolutely right about it pulling back. So it will do this. I'm going to draw that whole thing back again. So it kind of do this, and then it get there. And it does pull back. And you're like, okay, look at that. That is now going to go down. And then, it kind of do this. And some traders get even more anxious. They put another trade here and then it does this. And you're like, okay, I got one positive and I got one slightly negative, no problem. And then it does that. So now you have two negative trades. And you're thinking, oh my God, this one is killing me. And this one, I don't know why the hell they do that. How did that happen? Well, all these were buying flags. All of this was a buying flag here. This was a buying flag. This is a buying flat. But guess what? You're not buying. And the only reason you're not buying is because you're so focused on the two sells that you should have taken the lost close and maybe making money. You will be making money here now, but you're not buying because your tunnel vision is on the sell. Your tunnel vision is on the one direction. And not only are you tunnel vision in one direction, your tunnel vision is created by the loss you're in. So you're so focused on it coming back to your loss that you can't see the opportunity for a buy that was just in front of you. And why would you buy it if you're already in a sell? It doesn't make sense. To you, in your head, that doesn't make sense because that hedges the trade. And if you hedges the trade, now most of you can't close the hedge positive in positive sense. I've seen people take hedges, and I've done it myself in a few times, where you take hedges and it just become more miserable than it was. Right? You release the hedge and then it goes worse, and then you hedge it again and you release, and it just makes your life miserable because instead of trading properly, you're focused on how to manage that hedge. So all your attention is drawn to where you don't want it rather than productively making money, right? Take the loss. What if it does this? What if it takes you out here? Let me just give you an example. I'm going to just one. What if it takes you out here and go there? Even if you don't buy it, and even if it is going to come back here, it will have to come back and make another flag here. So you sell the flag there, and by the time it gets back to this point, you got back the money you lost. And now if it comes here, you make profit. It's the same trade. You are saying it's going to come back, and I might agree with you. I'm saying, okay, great. So why live with that trade? Let it come back and sell the trade back from the top. Now you have an advantage. Because if it goes, you get back your money and you get some profit. If you were assuming that it's going to come back there, then just take the loss. Because if it's going to come back, great, you're going to re-enter. But what if it doesn't come back? Now you've either got to accept a much bigger loss or you're making it a mess. So what's the best thing to do? Take the loss and re-enter the trade. You may say, well, what if it just tags me like this? Take me out and then reverse like this. Okay, no problem. Will it make a flag here if it's going down? Yeah, absolutely. You sell this flag now. And this is a better trade if you get this reversal for this to go. So by the time it gets here, you got back the money you lost there. And the rest of it is profit. And that is no headache because you're just waiting for the next setup. Rather than every time you don't get a next setup, you're upset. Every time that thing makes an up and a down candle, it's upsetting you. And that creates an emotional trigger in you that makes you can't trade properly. Because there might be, when you close this trade, there might be a much better setup on gold. But you're not focused on gold. You're focused on how do I get out of this trade that I'm messing up with. So let the loss take care of itself. You should close the trade. That's it. And you can close the trade right now for a much easier, much smaller loss. Bring the stop down to this level. 3 pips away, and you'll be taken out from the trade. So you saved. If you enter here, and you take it out here, and this was your stop, if all your losses is dealt with like this, you're good. You're going to make money. If all the losses you're risking 1% and you're going to close them, well, I'm going to give 0.5. That's not 0.5. I'm going to go 0.5. So go back to an account that you probably lost or you did mess it up a lot and take out all the losses, right? The money that you lost, just calculate that if that was 0.5 of your normal average win. So you can go through all your average win. If all your average win was 1%, was 1 to 1, like 1% of your account, you were winning, then assume that the loss would be 0.5. And see what happens to your account if you do that. You take out all your loss and add it back to the account and just take out 0.5. And you would see what a great trader you are. You look, damn, I'm a good trader. I didn't know I would have made so much money. Instead, you lost the account. So the number one thing is what? It's not really getting a good trade. You will always get good trades. The number one thing is how to get the hell out of bad trades when they're not going. Because if you can manage the bad trades, the good trades will take care of themselves. Right? The ones that go will take care of themselves. We seen that yesterday and the day before with the trades that actually went well. You book profit in them. So if it's not going, get rid of the trade, put an entry under the low. If it's still drop, you'll be in the trade. If it goes up, you're not in the trade. Actually, we'll be looking for a buy setup if it goes up. So I hope that is clear, right? I'll still leave it as a sell because we still have the entry order under the low here. Okay, let's go Swiss. Swiss kind of dropped. That was during the news this morning while we're thinking, and I was waiting for a flag for it and never got a flag. Now, it kind of come back in here and it's making a flag here. That's not enough of a flag. It's kind of small, and especially if the market will be closed. But if it stays here, that's a buy setup to retest the stop. That's the first one. Now, here's the second option. What if it comes back like this here? Just let it go back tomorrow. Get back to the top there, and then we're looking for a sell either from here or a flag in here down. That sell should be great because remember, this is going down. Quick reminder to you, right? On the upside, we only wanted it to do this. When it was dropping, I was like, you know what? We have a sharp move here. They need to go back up one of that. And that was when it was dropping as sharp as this was dropping. We're like, wait a second, this thing has to go back up. Well, it came back up. So now that all you wanted to do was that, and you're saying, well, oh, maybe now it's going to continue to go. Maybe, but that wasn't the plan initially, right? The plan was for let it come here and then let it drop again to break this low, right? We're coming to break this low. So the likelihood of it dropping, making a flag at the bottom here for downside would be great. So all you need is for this move to make this flat. So for this move to make this flat. And if you get that flat there, that's a sell setup. Now, would it make one flat? Would it make three flats? Would it make more flats here coming, or would it just drop? I don't know. But good for you if you take this trade and you can keep it long enough at break even. And if you're lucky enough for it to drop through with one or two more corrections in it, that'd be a good trade, right? So now we wait and see. What is it? We don't know. I wait for the sell setup. So we leave it as waiting for a sell setup. Yen went up a little more. Like I said, they might eventually break the top today. They did. If you took this trade here, if you took it, you probably might have closed it. I don't know, depending on how you traded it, because this was the first pullback. If you survived that, then all you had to do was put it to break even, and you're here. It's making a small flag here, but I'll be really, really, I mean, I need a really good consolidation here if I'm going to buy now. And the reason is because of the bigger pattern, which is this. See? Now, it doesn't mean it can't break that top. It can break that top. And if it does break the top, the question will be, do we have a contracting flat in the middle here? Right? If it breaks the top, immediately I'll go with, is this a contracting flat? Did we miss something in here? Would this be a running flat in here? With this being 1, 2, 3. And this is a contracting flat, which means we've gone back, we break the top, and now we're coming down from there. That would be the analysis. And I would prove, we will get the proof of that analysis if when it starts coming down, it comes and it breaks this low. It will come back, definitely will come back. If it does break that top, we will look for sell setups, but we'll be looking for this one and then this one, which means we'll wait to see if it comes here and go back up, or if it comes here and drop. This is a good trade. That would be enough trades for you. That's a whole week or two trades, right? Now, it can go break the top. It doesn't have to break the top. So if I'm going to buy something here to go break the top, it better be very good, right? We were trying to get this to break the top, and that didn't break the top. This one didn't break the top. It took a long time before it did. So now we're going to see if we get a really good flat there, you buy it. It's looking like a buy setup, which means we're consolidating at the top here. And this will be a good flag for one more impulse up, or maybe break that up and then come back. So we're looking for buy setups, right? So I'll change the sell to a buy setup. Okay, let's go. Canadian. Canadian broke out. This was the flag. During the thing it broke out. There was another flag here if you bought that one. That is only to break the top, but remember we broke the low here. I showed you that this morning, so I'm not sure it's making a running flat. In any case, we'll take that out now because it's not a running flat, right? Because this is too big to go with a running flat. That's more of a deeper correction. Is it a correction? Are we going to retest this top? The question is it coming to retest the top or is it just a correction? It could be a deep correction. Sometimes you get deep, sharp corrections and they still drop. I can go back and show you a few of those. And sometimes we don't even get anything for them. It's just a deep correction and it goes something like this. See, just make a deep correction and it went right back up. You could put it with this as an expanding flat. But what I'm saying is that sometimes you get something like this and then it still goes. So the question is this a deep correction for total downside? Or are we trying to break that up? And that is easy. All you have to do is wait to see if it consolidates here. Because if you get this here now, you're going to break the top. But if they do drop, if it does drop and make a flag here, you sell that flag to come and break through this low. Now, the flag may do one of the two things. It might go and break the low, or it might just start doing this, coming back to the low. Well, by then, you know what happens next, right? It goes back up there and then drop, giving you this flat. So all we have is one piece. And we don't know whether it's going to be a flat, whether it's an impulse to break the top, or whether it's a deep correction that is going to drop on its own. And you don't need to know which one it's going to be. You need to know the possibilities that exist and how you're going to trade each one of those possibilities. That's all you need to know. If X, then I will do this. If Y, then I will do this. If this, then this. And if you wait for those setups and you understand the chart as you understand the behavioral pattern of this thing, nothing surprises you. That up move did not surprise us. The only thing that surprises us is that it moved during the news, right? I think there was some Swiss news, something, but it moved while we were in the room and we missed the trade. By the time we get to this one, we missed the trade. But this was a buy setup. If you took it, you're doing well. Wait here for a proper sell setup. Don't go with the 1 minute or the smaller one. Let it make a good flag because remember, it's just a single move and there's a lot of ways it can go. So it make a nice flag, we will sell. It consolidate here to go back up, we'll buy. The consolidation will be much more. The buy will probably be tomorrow. The sell can happen today, but the buy would be tomorrow. Okay, what else we have? I think the Swiss moved a lot. That was the Swiss news. It moved quite a lot. If you bought this, I hope you close it. Again, the same principle. You bought this, close it there. Just close it if it's not going, right? Don't try to hold on to it, because this big move will eventually either consolidate deep back into this or make a bigger correction before it comes to break the top. Now, this one I think will break the top, right? No, this one was the Swiss. The Swiss dropped. The dollar Swiss dropped in the news. We were in the London this morning, and the Swiss dropped on this one. The first one, the yen, the CAD one, yeah, I think the CAD one was the CAD came down a little as well, and the yen went up. So that great. But this one was the Swiss news. It made one sharp move, this sharp move here, and it consolidated, and then it just kept going. It's a flat. You can put a buy set up here. I think it will go break the top. It's very close to the top, so I truly believe they'll break the top before they turn. Now, how far they go above that top, I don't know. Remember, we broke the top on the daily already. There was no need to break it anymore. And there is even no need to break this one. Not that it can't go break that one, but there's no need to break that one. Well, there is no other option. I don't think this consolidation here is finished and this is trying to make a big impulse up. I do think we're still in this, right? Because this move is sharp and this move is sharp. So whatever the way you put it is probably just going to come. Even if it tags that, it's going to come here and go back up. But if it doesn't tag it, the closer they come to this, I think this will end up being a flat. So one more move down. So if you're going to buy this at the top there and you're at the top with a lot of divergence in all time frame, you got to be really, really careful, right? Which means if it doesn't go, get the hell out of it really fast. Now, this is the top. See this one here? It did make a top. But it could be some kind of a smaller expanding flat in that case. If it's not a small expanding flat, and can they go down back from here without breaking that up? Yeah, it can do that. It might become some bigger flat and bigger correction in this whole piece here. But I have very strong feeling they'll just go break the top and turn, right? So if you're going to take that trade, bear in mind, as soon as it breaks the top, you get it to positive, see how far it goes, take profit, right? If it makes a flag here, you can sell, but that would be only a correction of this. It's only going to correct this at that point in time, right? So it's not going to go very far. The rest of them doesn't have anything. Aussie and has a sell setup. It's still a sell. You can see this flat here, right? So it's just like the Aussie. I think this one is going to drop. I think this one here is going to come here, but it might go back up and then drop. 1 second, guys. Let me just take this. I have to take this call. Okay, guys, sorry about that. Yeah, I have to take those calls. I'm sorry I'm interrupting the live session, but life goes on, right? So take this here. I think if you get a flag here, take it to drop here, but just be aware that it might go back up because this is more corrective than these two. So it could come here, go back up there, and then drop. Maybe tomorrow, right? Just keep in mind that one. What else we have that is of interest here? Nothing more. Just about that. Okay, let's go see any questions, anything on that side, Vic? Let me see. And in streams, please take a look at Pong. Okay. Pong and Pong Yen. Yeah, we'll take a look at that just now. I think we looked at the Pong already. Pong Yen, I can show you the Pong Yen. Yeah, the Pong Yen also, this would have been a perfect buy setup this morning. I hope anybody took it because while we were in the room, those took off. The Pong Yen is at the top of a structure like this. If you look at the 4-hour structure, we're at the top of it, right? And look, if I think I showed this a number of times, how they turn when they get to the top. So if you look at this one, it pull back there and then pull back here and then come here and pull back and then drop. This one went back all the way to the top, came back here, went back all the way to the top, then drop. So this is the top here now, right? And this is a pullback into the top. Now, can it break the top? Yeah, because we initially we had this one. We thought this would drop. And then that went way back to the top, came back down, and instead of dropping, it went up. So you can buy. If you didn't buy, no problem. This one went and broke the top. So we knew when this break the top, if it pulls back here, we'll wait for a flag. It didn't give flag, it went and broke the top again. So maybe this can go break the top again, but there's a good chance it's going to come back here because that down move is almost happening anytime soon. So you can pull this across here. Oh, sorry, the wrong one. You can pull this across here if you want, more like a channel or something like that there. It's not exactly a channel because you can see this one is not in line with it. A channel means they're all lined up. If you put it like this, and then this stays by itself. So it still doesn't make sense, right? You can make an argument that this is a running flat. This one here is a running flat simply because you got that in here and you got to pull back here. In that case, this will have to break the top, come back here, break the top, and then drop, making a second running flat. If you want to buy this, I would not buy the pound yen. I'll rather buy any other yen pair that has a buy setup to go, right? Because the risk is it will tag you and drop. And you might, I mean, you'll take a loss because you might not be able to get out of the trade. But if it makes a really big flag here, like a deep correction, if it kind of do something like this where you can get an entry order from the bottom here to go, and by the time it gets to that top, you put it to break even, see if it breaks it up and then come back. Or even if it breaks this top and go back, then yes. If it's going to drop, well, you have to wait for a flag and then sell, right? Most likely it's going to retest the top. I think most likely it will retest the top, and then we'll see what happens. I'm not sure we're going to change anything in this structure, but yeah, when the time comes, we'll see. Right? We might get something like that. We're looking for a sell setup. Sorry, we're looking for a sell setup at the moment, but if it consolidates here, we'll buy. It will need to consolidate here a lot before I buy it, like this, and then I'll buy. But if it drops on there, we'll take the running flat, right? So it could be either this is a contracting flat or the whole thing is a running flat. It doesn't matter which one. Just put the entry for the sell, put a stop here, and then wait to see. If it's not a running flat, it's not going to tag you. It's going to go up. If it starts to come down slowly, take off the sell. Wait for a buy setup. So basically, that's it. There is a move down that we're looking for. That is the equivalent of this one here. This. and it's coming. So I wouldn't be surprised if they actually get to this point here and then go back up. All it needs is one more drop, a correction, one more drop, give you divergence, go back up. That will complete the bigger running flat. That is this one here, right? See, these corrections drop, finish the move, and then go back up. And that would complete that running flat. So, but it happened now? I don't know. We can wait and see. You get the idea? Okay. Tell me what else you want to look at. I can look at some of these. Natural gas, we're waiting for a sell setup. Nope, it's consolidating at the top there. If it consolidate a lot, you can buy, but be careful because it's very likely to go down back. You need a really good flag or flat before you buy because this move is likely going to happen, right? So you can pull back here. If you're going to buy, make sure it's a good flat so that by the time it breaks the top and move, you can get break even out of it. That's the whole point, right? Okay, what else? Anybody tell me what else you want to look at? If the US market is closed, then you don't want to trade the US stocks. If the US market, if they have a national holiday and the markets are closed, there would be no point trading the US stocks. Because it's not going to move if the market is closed. 1 second, let me just check something. Okay. Yep. So if you guys have any questions on wave analysis, today is Thursday. Tomorrow will be our last day that we're going to be live on YouTube, and then you will still have a whole week of free access to the trading room. But not, we wouldn't be on YouTube. You can join. Click on the link in the under the videos. Sign up for the 1 week free we are giving you, and then if you feel like this is helping you in your trading, great, you can join us. It's like a cup of coffee a day or a cup of coffee a session to join us. Right? And that money adds up, right? Eventually that money adds up to the course. So like there are many, many traders who have completed the installment payment for a year or two and they are in the group already. So the earlier you start, the better it is, right? Okay, our traders put something on. Let me see. Oh, okay. Johan got EJ and GJ, right? Let me see. Oh, you got the sell on this? You're talking about the sell from there or you're buying them? The GJ buy would be good. Go
The
ahead.
pound Oz and the euro Oz
The pound dollars and the euros. Okay, I'm looking at the wrong one. Let
buying
me see.
this
Yeah,
morning.
let's go take a look at those. I think the euro Oz buy we call waiting for a buy setup here. Yeah, if you took this buy here, that is good. The euro buy, this one is a nice one. Yep. It still is gonna go more, right? Because it's coming to break this stop. So there's more upside here. If you get another flag here, that's another buy for anybody. And the pound Oz, let's see, where's the pound Oz? Same thing. Go back to the 1 hour. It's coming back to this top. You can see that. So it has more to go. Even if it's just doing this, back to the top there, and come back here, it still has it. So any flag here would be buy setup. Go back to the 15, find a flag, 5 minutes, 50 minutes, find a flag here, buy. There's more upside. Nifty. Let's see. Nifty. I think Nifty was in consolidation this morning for a buy setup. Let me find it. Yeah, it was in consolidation. It's still in consolidation here. That consolidation is mostly for an up move as of now. See, this is the impulse into it. So you're making a flag like this with an impulse into it. So when this is finished, look for a move back to break the top. I truly believe this running flat looks really good. Right? Remember when we were expecting this to drop to the bottom here and turn, and this is just a thing for upside. Break this top, and then we'll see how far it goes. So you look for the buy setup. You can actually put an entry order above this top here, the last impulse. Or probably wait until it goes up, make a small flag, and then take the small flag. Whichever you feel comfortable trading. It makes sense. Okay. Anything else? And anybody in YouTube they're asking any questions? If you have any questions, we can take them. Remember, market might be closed, so there might not be much for us to do here. More like a Q&A. If you guys have questions and wave analysis, anything, willing to answer you. If there's any trade you want me to do in details, we can do that. Okay, no questions, nothing. Any trades, any pairs you guys want me to look at, anything, anyone. Okay, so we'll just call it a day because I think the market will be closed and there might be no point wasting time sitting here doing anything. Even if market moves, it probably move really slow. I think the London session is still on. It'll probably go on for a while. And then if the New York is going to be closed, it will be closed for the rest of the evening. So trade with care. I would see all of you tomorrow in the London session. We will stream it live so you guys can join us. US 20. We don't have the US 20. We have US 30. We have this one, the US 30, right? This. I think it's pretty much the same thing. Yep, US 30. We have that. It's coming down. It broke the low. So let's see what we're looking for. You have this sharp move that needs to happen. So if you get sell set up here, you can take it. Like I said this morning, if you get sell set up here, you take it, but with caution, right? If it makes a flag here, you can sell it with caution. You eventually will get this, but maybe not immediately. So I would really look for sell setups. If it makes a flag, go for the sell, and then we'll see what happens, right? But just make sure you manage it properly to get out because this here can, it can just give you that sharp move up and then come back. Carlos, I remember Carlos. Yes, let's go. Which one you want? Nasdaq. Let's go. Same here, Nasdaq. It's coming down, but the way it's coming down, like it should give us. This is coming down really slow. If you're taking those small flags, be careful because this move up and this move down. See, so it comes here, comes here, comes here. Then you could do this, come back here, and then go up, completing a flat. So you can get some sell setups here with a lot of caution. Right? You can see that, and you see the divergence here already, which means momentum is not strong to the downside. But if you want to sell these small flags, if you think you can handle that, then go ahead, sell it, right? Make sure you just take break even on anyone, right? Yep, all is well. Hope to see you in the group, right? Hope to see you active. We have a lot of traders who came back as a we have a lot of traders who were missing for years sometime and did come back and trade actively with us. So hope to see you soon here. Okay. If no more questions, then trade with care this afternoon if you'll be trading. If you take the day off, it's also okay. What is the most common traders do? The inability to close a trade. That's the most common error. So here's the thing. I can pick a random. I can show you that in 5 minutes if you guys want. So let's pick any random chart. Just you guys tell me which chart you want. The first three that pop up, I'll go with one of them. Anybody just type a chart you want quick. Our traders could type too. I don't want to say I took the charts off, well prepared. I want to show you that it's not prepared. I'll show you the trick of why traders lose money and how you can manage your thing very easily, right? Uh, you're in the group. He's not here, right? Okay, I'm getting a question from one of our traders on Nimish. Oh, he's asking what time the course normally starts. Nimish, are you in? It isn't. You're here. You're in the group, right? So normally it starts at 6 a.m. New York time, but everything is recorded. If you can make it at 6 a.m. New York time, you can watch the recording. That is for the class sessions we will do, right? You're in India, right? You're in India?
No, I'm in UK, London.
UK. Well, 6 a.m. London time is good for you?
Yeah, it's good for me. Yeah, it's afternoon actually is better because in morning normally I have the have student for driving lesson, but afternoon I can be available myself. That's not a problem. Actually, afternoon is works better for me than London.
So you can either watch the sessions in the afternoon, and if you have questions, you can send them to me. We will answer your questions while we're doing the next session. But
Okay.
after that, we will have practicals.
That's
So
fine, no problem, not a
the
problem.
practical sessions normally go about for 12 hours nonstop. So you
That's
get
fine,
to
no problem.
choose. You get to choose a half an hour session that you would do one on one with me. Well, not one on one. You will be presenting. We will sit and watch you,
Okay,
right?
that's fine.
And you will get all your questions answered. We do a 1 week Q&A session, which means all the questions you have will be answered. Here's the
Okay.
thing: you have been in the group for a while, so you know how
Yep.
this works. We start with "Do you have questions?" We end with "Do you have questions?"
Yep.
Right?
That's fine.
So
Yep.
there isn't the question that a trader has that we are not going to try to answer if we can, right? And it doesn't matter what the question is about, right? If
Yep.
it's the weather in Moscow, I'll still try to help you answer it, right?
That's not a problem. Thank you.
Basically, if you're in the group for a while, so you know what I'm
Yeah,
talking.
I know how it works now. So yeah.
Great. People who are not here are the people who are confused. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, not only I'm in the group, I'm in the watching your probably watching you for last few like last year from the YouTube as well. Then I decided to join as well.
Yeah,
So I know how it
there
works.
is a lot of traders on YouTube who would like to join, but I don't know if it's the finance or what is stopping them. Some eventually come around to join in. Some of them are misled, and I think it's a normal thing in the world. I figure out it doesn't only happen to me; it happens to everybody in the world. If you do something, and I knew this because when I was young, I was in politics, and I know people criticize you. It doesn't matter what you do. What I didn't expect when I started doing these webinars and the courses was that people that I helped a lot in their trading, people who were losing their accounts and I helped them to gain it back. People who send me like a lot of like serious thank you. There was one guy who actually came to Dubai to see me. That's how much because he was trading his uncle money, right? And he was losing it. And I helped him get back every cent as well as make profit. And he's from Lebanon, and he came to Dubai to see me. That's how grateful he was. And then he went and he started trading people, which is okay. I don't have a problem with you. But then he started criticizing me there. In his platform, he started criticizing me. And one of the things he was telling people that he taught me this method. And I was like, really? Dude, like, come on. I mean, you gotta humble yourself a little sometimes, right? Like, and I think that was the shocking part in me. Not that people would criticize me and they will say things bad. I mean, you know that's gonna happen. What was shocking is that some of those people that were so thankful to you, like you did life-saving things to them. Right? This guy was so worried that if he lost that money, his uncle is gonna well, not physically kill him, but mentally he was in that state that, oh my God, he's gonna kill me. He's not gonna kill him, but you know what? It's gonna be really, really bad. It's gonna be so shameful for him that his uncle money, and if he loses it, then like Middle East and all of that, the whole culture and everything. So he was really, really. I sat with him for weeks, every day. Like we would go through every trade and what to do with this trade, what to do, and he got back all his money. He actually became successful. And then he went and, he started doing this stuff. And I'm like, oh, don't worry. It's okay. It's life, right? So just don't criticize. Go do your thing without trying to criticize me. It wouldn't benefit you very much. It's not a reflection of who I am, it's a reflection of who you are. I always said that, right? When people say things, look at it not in when people are telling you something, this whole story that people carry news. If somebody brings a bad news to you and said, hey, this person said that about you, the first thing you should say is, why are you telling me that? Right? Why are you the one telling me this person said this about me? Because if I'm talking to you, then would you carry the news and tell him what I told you? Right? I'm not saying if somebody found something bad about you on the internet and said, hey, you may want to look at this, that's a different story. I'm talking about people who you would tell stories, you would talk to them, and then they will go tell the other person, and then they will listen to what that person will come and tell you. That's not, it's a reflection of who they are and not who you are, right? So when people are spewing nonsense and criticizing, it might at some point get to you, but then I would look at it and said, well, basically that's up to them. It's not up to me. It doesn't change who I am and what I do, right? It's a reflection of who they are and what they do, right? Because if you look at any one of my videos and even the videos people like to criticize, when I criticize pin bars, when I criticize support and I'm not criticizing any person. I'm criticizing the idea of using that as a method of trading. And people come and criticize me. How can you say support and resistance is this? You look at you, you're criticizing me. I'm like, no, dude, I don't even know you. I'm criticizing the method of using support and resistance to trade. You are misinterpreting that I'm criticizing you because you're using that method. It's not about you, it's about a method. I don't criticize people in general. Rarely that person has got to be so popular and so thing before I decide to criticize them. And even then I look at it differently. I might criticize what they do as a concept or as a process or as an idea, but not the person itself. Right? So if you hear me ever say anything about Donald Trump, you will hear me say that sometimes his ideas are simplistic. The way he look at the world is simplistic. I don't criticize him personally. I would say, well, what he's using, what he's saying about this is different, right? Or what he's saying there is not what I would support or so, right? Like the things I would criticize, not the person, because we all have ideas. We all grew up in circumstances that we can't change. We were brought up that way, so you can change it, but it takes you years to get rid of that. See, the good thing about me not having strong views on crazy ideas is because I'm Indian looking with four parents from India. I grew up in a country called Guyana in the South America. I lived in Russia for 30 years and then I live in Dubai for 6 years. I'm all over the world. So I adopt a lot of different concepts and ideas and I look at how people live. And then you learn and you figure out that what you learned 10 years ago and you truly believe to be truth is not so much the truth. It's really not the whole truth because if you're not seeing things for yourself and living in things for yourself and understanding it and experiencing it, you really don't know the truth about it. A lot of people ask me, how can you live in Russia? People ask me, how can you live in Dubai? When I went to Dubai, and I'm like, dude, I could see myself living my entire life in Dubai. I love it. Moscow is okay. I like Moscow and so, but generally speaking, with the weather and thing, I have a Moscow complex. Moscow is not wrong for me. I have a complex in Moscow. You see, in Dubai, there's a lot of Indian looking people. I feel at home. I don't feel at home. There's a mixture of people there, and I feel at home. In Moscow, my only problem is anywhere I go, I'm the only black person. 99% of the time, anywhere I go, I'm the only black person in the crowd. I went to my son's school celebration, I'm the only black person there. Like literally, you have to feel it. You can't say nobody's saying anything. The amazing thing is people are very friendly. People will come up to me and they talk and they'll know Nicholas. Even his friends in school, they will come up and they'll come at him and he'll come and say hi and they'll come and say hi. And I even asked him, I said, did your friends ask you anything about your father being black? He said, no. He said, no, they don't even ask it. They don't even mention it. They saw you, but they never mention it. Nobody says anything. Because you can't surprise somebody in Moscow but a dark skinned person. But it's me. I have that feeling once I go in there that I look around and said, wow, you're the only dark skinned person here, right? It can't feel at home. The inner feeling in me can't feel at home if I'm the only dark skinned person there, even if everybody is super nice to you. I went to the clinic and the people were extremely good. Like they were very, very helpful. And I think they even went a little out of their way to be nice to me because I'm the only dark person there, right? And still, I don't feel that like you're at home. But in Dubai, I feel I'm home. That's the difference. It's me. It's not them. It's nothing is wrong with that in Moscow. They see black people. They see Indian people. I mean, they're it's a different thing. So I can never feel at home. Although sometimes people try to make me feel at home. I take my kids to the playground to play there. Everybody is having their kids there, and people will come and chat with me. The parents who are sitting there, a curiosity will make them ask me where I'm from and all of that. But they never. There is no sideways look. There's no people looking like the first time they're seeing a black person. But I look at the crowd and said, "Wow, I'm the only dark skinned person in here." Right? You can don't like it. It's nothing wrong with that, but you still get that little inner feeling deep inside that you're the only dark skinned person. This can't be your home. Although I lived in Moscow for much 30 plus years. I studied here and all of that. And I probably would live here for another 20 years. It's very possible. And I still probably wouldn't get that very deep home feeling in me. But I can move around and do everything I want and go to any place, and everywhere is welcoming. Nobody makes you feel out of the way. People, I lived here 30 years. I wouldn't say that there is no racism anywhere. There's racism all over the world. It doesn't matter. If I go to India, I'll probably face racism. So it's not that you wouldn't find it anywhere. But the idea is that it's not so public, it's not known, and most people are very nice. In general, the public, you go, very nice people. They don't treat. I think I probably get worse treatment in America. At some government places I went when I bought the vehicle in the US, and I was keep passing over to my nephew, and I went to the office to do the transfer, and it was worse than anywhere I'd ever been. The treatment was worse, and the lady sitting at the table was a black lady, wasn't a white lady. The treatment was worse. It's like I'm like, dude, this is supposed to be a free world with free everything and very understanding people. It sounds like the worst thing. The best treatment I've get at going to a government place is not even in my own country, it's in Dubai. You walk in the government office in Dubai and you feel like you are a king in a place. When I sold my apartment, I'll tell my wife how it went, and she couldn't believe it. We, the agent took us to the government office where the papers are going to sign up, right? You send all the she sent all the documents in, so it's like a 1 hour process where you'll come, you'll sign the papers, you'll pass it over the deeds, pass it over to the other person, and that's it. So they give you time. We came like 15 minutes earlier. Immediately they came and gave us coffee. They put us to sit in a room. Just you land in, the girl said, "Come, sit in this room." She went, she came back. Another guy came, dressed up, Arab girl, gongs and everything. Arab person said, "Hey, well, you guys would like to have coffee, tea, whatever." It was early in the morning. I was like, "No, no, we're okay." He said, "No, no, sure, sure, but just tell me what you want, coffee, tea." And I was like, "Oh, coffee." He brought coffee for us. They came, ask us if we were comfortable, if we need anything else. And they said keep telling us the wait is just going to be, just wait 5 minutes more. We wait. They took us in the next office. Very pleasant. You sit down, pleasant, everything. They like nothing. You got all the documents. Yes, they show you, okay, sign here, sign there, do this. If you didn't have anything, and I've been to office where I didn't have a document, they said, okay, let's see if we have it here. We'll see if we can pull it up for you. Or do you have it electronically? Can you send it to us? When I was applying for my wife visa, I had to get a photograph for her that you need to take in a photograph when you go for the visa. And I didn't have one. And the girl said, "Do you have an electronic photograph of your wife passport?" I was like, "Yes." "Send it to me. I'll print it for you." That's a government place. Nowhere else in the world would a government officer tell me, "Send it electronically. I will print it for you and put it in the documents." Not even in my own country. They'll say, "Go get a photograph and bring it." They will tell you straight to go get a photograph and bring it. We're not going to go into the business of printing a photograph for you. I sent it to her electronically. She printed the photograph and put it in the file. So that's the best place I've ever seen government work. It's working at a level that I wish the rest of the world government places work like that. And I've traveled to a lot of places, and I went to which is Taiwan? No, no, what's the damn places there? And they wanted to put me in quarantine for a week. I went for 1 week and they said we're going to put you in quarantine. So stupid these people were. I think it was not Thailand. Yeah, Thailand. And they wanted to put me in quarantine. Why? Because I'm a Guyanese. I said, dude, I live in, because it's a tropical country. So if you come from a tropical country, they're going to put you in quarantine. Why? I don't know. I said, dude, I'm coming from Moscow. And I was in Moscow that time. I'm coming from Moscow, and I lived in Moscow for so many years. So I didn't go to Guyana for like 15 years. Why are you telling me to quarantine? He said, it doesn't matter. You have a Guyanese passport. I said, well, quarantine my passport, because the passport came from Guyana, but I wasn't in Guyana for the last 15 years. So I don't have any tropical illness. It showed a level of stupidity sometimes. So when I go to Dubai and you get that kind of treatment, you know the difference. And you adopt. You see that what the stereotype we have of different people in different places is really, really, really different from what you actually know if you live in somewhere. So I'm this kind of person that, I could live anywhere in the world, literally. I could make it anywhere in the world. And I understand and respect people's culture the way they are. Right? If I know that I'm in a country where they don't eat pork, when I'm in Dubai, I don't eat pork. I love pork. I love pork ribs. But when I'm in Dubai, I don't eat it. And it's not that they ban you from eating it. They have shops where you can go and buy pork. But why? I could live without pork. I wouldn't die if I don't eat pork. So I don't eat it because I'm in their country, and out of respect for the country, I'll go without it. That's okay. If I go to a country where they're not eating beef, if I go to India and I'm in a part of India where they're not eating beef, I probably would stop eating beef. At least while I'm there. out of respect for those people because I'm in their country. And when I'm in Moscow, and if certain things are the rules or the mode, and I don't know, I'll do it because I'm in their country. It's just basic respect you show to people, right? It's like going to a person's home and you're visiting, you behave like a visitor, you behave nice. You don't go to somebody's home and start demanding they behave the way you behave or they do things you want them to do. I see people do that, but that's not the right way. Anybody come in my house telling me I should behave the way they come in my house and tell me I should drink alcohol when I don't, they'll be out of the window if they're lucky, not out of the door, right? So it's just basic things. It's basic understanding of things. So just be nice. Don't worry with people who go criticize you on the internet, and it's a reflection of them. It's not a reflection of you, right? So it's a long talk, but I'm just sharing my life experience with you guys so you understand. I will be here as long as I can be here. I love trading. I enjoy it. It's what I do for my living. There's a lot of traders here who do that for their living in the group, and like I said, I'm focused on my group. So if you guys want to learn, join. If you don't want to learn, it's okay. Thank you, and sorry for that long monologue of my life experience. I hope you guys learned something. I know a lot of you might know better than me, but anyway, have fun, trade with care, and I would see all of you tomorrow. Take care. Thanks. Okay, Vic, thank you very much.